Caitlin Clark is face of WNBA. Will be in room for CBA meeting with league during All-Star Week. Boston. Caitlin Clark will be in the room where it happens this week. Clark, who was voted as the face of the WNBA in a recent anonymous players poll conducted by The Athletic, will be a part of a crucial collective bargaining agreement meeting between the Players Union and the league in Indianapolis this Thursday, she said pregame. The meetings that are going to happen in Indianapolis are going to be really important, Clark said. Although I'm not our team rep or on the committee, I'm still trying to understand and engage as much as possible. This is my second year in the league, but also this is a very important time for our league and where it's going to continue to grow. So, I'm certainly looking forward to those meetings and being in them, and I think everybody in our league is to help these CBA talks continue to move forward. The players opted out of the current collective bargaining agreement, which caps salaries at $250,000 as a supermax and limits revenue sharing, at the end of last season. The agreement will now end on October 31st of this year instead of following the 2027 season. The league and the Players Union are in the midst of negotiating a new CBA, which has proved to be contentious so far. Mercury forward and union rep Sada Sabali called the league's offer at the end of June a slap in the face. The players' main goal is to exponentially increase salaries, especially in the wake of a $2.2 billion media rights deal with multiple television companies. Attendance and TV viewership has also increased exponentially in the past few years, with Clark and the Indiana Fever leading the way. They're hoping to introduce pensions and other retirement benefits on top of the 401k the league offers now, as well as an equity-based model and minimum standards for practice and game facilities. We have players represented there, and they feel that the pressure from us, said Fever guard Sidney Colson, who has been heavily involved in the negotiations this season. They see that we care, that we're involved, that we know what's going on, that we know that it's not fair what's taking place. With this league that has started seeing this growth, the players should be seeing that in their salaries and a lot of other areas. Caitlin Clark, the face of the WNBA and the voice in the room, under the shimmering lights of Las Vegas during WNBA All-Star Week. The energy in the air wasn't just about the dazzling skills competition or the star-studded showcase of elite talent. It was also about power, progress, and presence. And in that room, where league executives, union leaders, and star players gathered to discuss the next collective bargaining agreement CBA, stood Caitlin Clark, not just with a basketball in hand, but with a voice and a presence that now speaks volumes beyond the arc. At just 23, Caitlin Clark has already become the face of the WNBA. Her rookie season with the Indiana Fever has been a whirlwind of highlight reels, record-breaking stats, and sold-out arenas. Yet it's not just her silky shooting and fearless court presence that have elevated her. It's her ability to move culture, spark conversations, and demand attention, on and off the hardwood. So when it was confirmed that Caitlin would be in the room for the pivotal CBA meeting during All-Star Week, it sent a message loud and clear. The future isn't just bright, it's ready to lead. More than a rookie. Most rookies spend their first year trying to find their footing, adjusting to the pace of professional play, or staying quiet and learning the ropes. Caitlin, however, has already reshaped the league's visibility and fan engagement. From the moment she declared for the draft, ticket sales skyrocketed. Television ratings reached new heights. She even made veteran players reconsider their game plans. But what makes Caitlin's inclusion in the CBA room so groundbreaking isn't just her popularity. It's her influence. She's not just the future. She's the now, said one WNBA executive. Having her at the table means understanding what this new generation of athletes, fans, and visionaries expect from this league. The issues at stake. The WNBA's current CBA, negotiated in 2020, brought landmark changes, higher base salaries, improved travel accommodations, and expanded maternity benefits. But as the league grows, largely fueled by the stardom of players like Clark, so does the urgency to evolve further. Among the top issues on the agenda, charter flights for all teams, a recurring point of contention, and one Caitlin herself has subtly hinted at through her travel woes during the season. Revenue sharing and salaries. With increased viewership and sponsorships, players are demanding a bigger slice of the financial pie. International commitments versus WNBA schedules. Many players still rely on overseas contracts for income. But with stars like Caitlin drawing more money and attention stateside, the hope is to make the WNBA a full-time, year-round priority. Clark's presence in the room signals a shift toward accountability and modernization. As a player who's grown up in the nil era, understands branding, and knows her worth, she brings fresh, fearless energy to a room historically dominated by veteran voices. Speaking up early. For Clark, stepping into that room wasn't about status. It was about responsibility. "I may be new to the league," she said in a pre-meeting interview, "but I care deeply about where it's going. We all do. The players who came before me made it possible for me to be here. Now it's my job to make it better for the next generation." It wasn't a soundbite, it was a mission. While others might have shied away from boardroom politics, Clark leaned in, flanked by fellow stars like Aya Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and Nneka Ogwumike, who have long carried the torch of advocacy. In Clark, they saw not a threat or a headline grabber, but a willing teammate, ready to listen, learn, and lead. Bridging generations. Caitlin Clark's involvement also symbolizes something deeper: unity across generations of WNBA players. Where divisions once existed, between old guard and newcomers, between those who built the league and those benefiting from its newfound popularity, Clark's humility and respect have helped bridge that gap. She frequently credits legends like Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Tamika Catchings for blazing the trail. But now she's walking it and paving new roads. "She's got a seat at the table because she's earned it," said one union representative. But more importantly, she knows how to use it. Beyond the arc, into the future. As the CBA talks intensify in the coming months, Caitlin's voice will continue to be a crucial one, not because she's loud, but because she speaks for a rising generation of athletes who value fairness, opportunity, and visibility. Her stardom might have launched her into the limelight, but it's her character and conviction that are anchoring her in places most rookies never reach this soon. The WNBA is growing. Fast. Record ratings. Packed arenas. Headlines on every sports site. And at the center of this renaissance is a player who's not just redefining the box score, but redefining what leadership looks like. In that Las Vegas conference room, where change begins and futures are forged, Caitlin Clark didn't just show up.